Lobbycast. I like that.
We're recording in a van down by the river.
I will probably edit that out.
Yeah, or with the constant F on.
I mean, was she originally played by Heath Ledger?
To quote Brad Pitt, what is in the box?
Am I the only one that's impressed that Brendan Fraser still gets work?
And hey, we're live. Welcome. Good evening. Welcome.
We are live. It says so right there.
Yes. Yes, we are. Good evening and welcome to the Lobbycast. This is episode number, and correct me if I'm wrong, 311.
That is correct.
That is correct. Outstanding. I'm off to a good note. I've got the first thing correct. Let's roll with it. Let's see how far we can go tonight.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right.
Wait.
Sponsors?
We are absolutely not brought to you tonight by Monster Unleaded, the caffeine-free alternative.
Nor are we brought to you by Mountain Dew's Throwback made with real sugar and God knows what else.
Extra caffeine.
Oh, yeah.
All the caffeine they took out of this, they put into that.
Yeah, 54 milligrams per 12 fluid ounces.
Wow.
Good night. This is perfect. I only have to be up in 10 hours. I'll be good.
You'll still be up in 10 hours.
I'll be great. I'll be doing really well. So, cheers. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
So, news for this very first week of February 2015.
Do you have any news?
Do I have any news? I have a little bit of news.
Okay.
I can tell you that the most recent gigantic patch from 343 Industries for the Master Chief collection has been laid after their little kerfluffle over, are we going to have our players beta test the patch?
Wow.
Yeah. So we're having some problems with Master Chief collection still.
Is the Found in Power thing on?
I don't believe so.
I don't recognize this yellow light.
Uh-oh. We have a Houston, we have a problem.
We do. The Phantom Power is on. Hold on.
Is it on?
Yeah, because the switches are both in the... Hello?
It's still on.
It's still on.
The light is still on.
There's nothing we can do about this. There's
Houston,
always something.
Houston, we're going down in flames.
No, it's totally fine.
Okay, good. So 343 Industries is still plagued with predominantly, from as I understand it, the multiplayer capacities of the Master Chief Collection, which, of course, is one of the huge draws of owning the Master Chief Collection for the Xbox One.
Well, the question now is whether or not I can get rid of my copy before the patch is released.
That'll be a good question.
I have a day off tomorrow. Maybe I will trade it into Amazon.
Maybe.
And put it towards a future purchase, which I will also not be playing.
Would that future purchase perhaps be Halo 5 Guardians?
No. I think I may be done.
Yeah.
I'm out.
And unfortunately, a lot of what I'm seeing indicates that a lot of people may be done with Halo after 343's botched release of the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, I figure I'm doing my part by playing Destiny when I'm able.
Yes. You are supporting the creators of the Halo franchise.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Not the usurpers to the throne, if you will.
Right.
So, yeah, there is that.
There is that.
I will keep the Master Chief Collection, and I will continue playing the Master Chief Collection simply because I don't need to play multiplayer. I will play the single-player campaigns and have them all in one convenient reskinned place.
Yeah, I think I'm still going to get rid of my copy.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
It didn't say I was going to play it all tomorrow. I will keep it, and occasionally when I have that itch that only Halo can scratch, then I will throw it into the system, and I'm sure it will probably download 500,000 gigabytes worth of data, and
yeah,
I'll get on with my life.
Whenever I have that itch that only Halo will scratch, I'll play Destiny.
That works too. That works too. So,
yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, I think I may get rid of my copy tomorrow. and then wait for because it hasn't been a huge seller, but I still want to check it out. Maybe I'll wait for Dying Light to
come down in price.
Or hopefully it'll come to Redbox. Man, Redbox has done such a terrible job with next gen games, and I'm not sure why.
I couldn't answer that for you. I barely use Redbox on a good day. So,
right. Yeah, you're still a Netflix guy.
Yeah,
like
I'm
Netflix physical media guy.
That's the wife.
Yeah, but still,
I know it's weird.
I had forgotten that existed.
That is how they started. That is their original business.
No, I remember.
Oh, back in the day. Back when we used to have a Blockbuster still in every town.
Yeah. I started forgetting about Netflix physical media whenever they split the service.
Okay.
I went digital delivery and never again to see another Netflix envelope in my mailbox.
Another red envelope.
Yeah, I see them at your house. And I'm like, hey, look at that.
Hey, did you guys forget to turn these in? And I go, no, actually, this is the latest batch. I don't know why we still get them because I can't tell you the last time I've actually watched a disc.
Right.
But I don't know. My wife, God bless her, is slow to embrace change. So,
well, and really, I have no real reason not to get the discs.
Sure. Except you have a red box.
I have a red box that I can walk to.
Right.
And they don't have as big a selection, but I also don't need as big a selection.
This is true.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Lucy to come out on Redbox, and I think that comes out mid-month. So maybe next
couple weeks,
next Tuesday or the next, maybe the next. I don't recall exactly, but
sometime soon.
At some point this month, mid-month, Lucy comes out there. It's already been out on DVD and Blu-ray for a week or so.
Xbox rental and Xbox Live.
Yeah, I can wait.
Yeah,
I can wait. I'll pay $1.50 for it.
I've waited this long.
Redbox is $1.50 now, by the way, for regular DVDs.
Gotcha.
And I have, since I don't own it, I don't need it in Blu-ray.
Sure.
So.
What else can I tell you? I can tell you that Ubisoft recently had some public. This is going to be strange, I know. Ubisoft had some public outcry for recently revoking Far Cry 4 licenses that were purchased through third-party vending sites. I can't remember the names of the sites, but basically it was, in Ubisoft's eyes, these digital keys or these licenses were illegally obtained. So Ubisoft said...
Did they not pay for them?
That's kind of the issue, is Ubisoft claimed that they weren't rightfully purchased from them, and meanwhile the retailers were going, yeah, but we sold these to our clients. So there was still a legal transaction there.
Oh, and then Ubisoft is like, yeah, that's the problem. Right. You sold them to your clients, and they don't belong to you.
Correct. Now, Ubisoft...
it's a transfer of stolen goods.
Sure. Yeah. Ubisoft recently reversed their opinion and reinstated those licenses.
Oh, okay.
I think they're trying to, again, make things right for the consumers.
Now, they'd have to be PC licenses then, right?
I believe it was all digital media.
Right, but the console versions are immediately tied to accounts and consoles.
Yes.
So that's why I'm figuring it must be like the PC versions.
Let me double check. If only there was a device.
There is a device. I see one. I see 4. I see a laptop, 2 phones.
We are well stocked.
And a tablet. Samsung is well represented on this table.
That is true. So this article here on www.mice.com, free shout out for them. Ubisoft reactivates banned license keys for Far Cry 4. I didn't realize this, and Assassin's Creed.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Keys were bought with fraudulent credit cards. Gamers with banned licenses who activated and started playing are now able to play again. Licenses were paid for but purchased from unofficial retailers However, some of the keys were also bought with fraudulent credit cards. Company has now, of course, changed its mind. It doesn't say. It does say buy your stuff from official retailers in the future
And how do you know
this from being banned? So I guess your reputable quote-unquote companies like Microsoft, PlayStation, and, of course, Ubisoft itself.
Okay. That seems reasonable.
The other last bit of news that I personally have locked away here in my head is apparently the Far Cry, again, speaking of Far Cry 4, apparently the Far Cry 4 PC release in Japan was unexpectedly canceled and possibly delayed. Apparently, it showed up on Steam. You could purchase it on Steam.
Oh, I saw a little bit about that, yeah.
And then it kind of counted down to, hey, your game's going to be available today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blink, blink, blink. Just kidding. This title's been delayed. Blink, blink, blink. Just kidding. It's coming out sometime in 2015.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I can see why that would be a problem to people.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the story is behind that, but it is a fascinating little tidbit that I gleaned off the interwebs today.
Did their purchase become a pre-order? Is that what happened?
It sounds like it.
They still accepted payment?
Oh, yes. I have no doubt about that.
Perfect.
Which brings me to another interesting argument. Do you plan on ever pre-ordering again?
Not unless there's a good bonus for doing so.
Yeah, that's been my traditional position. However, what I've noticed, especially with the last couple of titles that I've pre-ordered,
is that you get it anyway.
If you want to get it, you can get it.
Yeah.
They did that to me with Dragon Age Inquisition. They did that to me with Destiny. They did that to me with...
Well, some retailers have exclusive content.
Sure.
Like Best Buy and occasionally Amazon will have exclusive content to their company.
GameStop too. Yeah.
GameStop too, yeah. Can't forget them.
Well, how could you?
Right.
They are the 7-Eleven of games.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Except not terribly convenient, and they're not open all the time.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I got. How about you, Jeff? Any news?
Yeah. Well, and this answers this little bit of news answers a question that I've been asking for a long time.
Question.
How is Radio Shack still in business?
Oh, yeah, that is a good question.
And apparently Sprint is going to buy up half of their locations. The original plan was for Sprint to buy up half the locations and Radio Shack was going to close the remaining ones. But actually Amazon is sniffing around these locations to maybe buy those up and have a little bit of a retail presence. The thing is that I'm not sure what they would put there because Radio Shacks aren't very big.
No, they're typically very small spaces.
Right. So I'm wondering if they're going to use those to promote their Kindles and maybe their Amazon Fire TV and some other things, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else they would do there.
Yeah, because it'd be really hard to. In my mind, it would be really difficult to imagine a physical store location for Amazon,
right?
In general,
right.
I mean, because you never know. There might be a day where you're not only going to buy a book for your Kindle, a Blu-ray of some strange Japanese anime imprint, and a 55-gallon drum of personal lubricant. And it would be very difficult in my mind to have those three specific things stocked.
Oh, why did you bundle those three things?
I don't know. I'd like to come back to the 54 milligrams per 12 fluid. Yeah.
Whew, it hit you hard and fast. Which is probably why you needed
55-gallon drum. Yeah, let's move right on there.
Moving right along.
What I'm trying to encapsulate for you, if I may, is the random selection that Amazon seems to be well known for.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, well, the downside for consumers, especially in a large market like where we live, is that if they put in an Amazon physical presence, then you will have to start paying sales tax on the things that you get from Amazon.
Correct.
Which, is kind of what I like about buying from Amazon, is because with Amazon Prime, where I get the free 2-day shipping and no sales tax, it's actually cheaper and nearly as convenient just to buy it from Amazon.
Sure.
So
saves gas in the tank.
And time. I have so little time for going out and actually shopping.
Oh, yeah. You have all day to peruse the
sucks.
Amazons and say, I would like this.
Going to a store and buying something sucks.
Yes.
I'm not a fan.
Yes.
But, what do you do? So we'll see. And as we get more news on this, we'll continue to update people and let them know what's what. And let's see. We've got a chunk of Sony news. Sony is now starting to talk about their Sony View TV service. And remember, we had talked about the Sling TV from Dish Network?
Yep.
Well, it's going to be similar to that. It's going to be internet-based television. And they haven't released pricing on it. And there's a little bit of a leak, maybe somebody who was testing the service, who released a list of channels, and it was pretty impressive. It was, I think, right around 60, maybe more channels.
Correct. I believe you and I discussed that a couple episodes back.
Well, we discussed the Sling TV.
Sling TV.
This is a different set of channels. It does not have ESPN and ESPN2 and all those things. It's a totally different set of channels, but it does have some of the other sports networks.
There are other sports networks besides ESPN?
There are.
I did not know this.
Yeah. But they have a lot of stuff on there, and something that might interest you personally. They've got the Oxygen network. So
that's the Oprah one.
I think so. That would make sense.
The everyone gets bees.
Everybody gets bees. So we'll see what's going on with that as soon as we get a price. Of course, we'll talk some more about that. But it just gets us one step closer to what I personally have been asking for 20 years, is a la carte television.
Yeah.
Closer. I mean, these are bundles of channels.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have a cable box or a satellite dish. You can just have your internet, which is
watch what you want to watch.
And just watch what you want to watch. Sony has also this week sold off they've sold off Sony Online Entertainment,
which is pretty huge news.
Yeah, because that's basically all of their massively multiplayer online games.
So it's EverQuest 2, that's Star Wars
PlanetSide,
Battlefront, not Star Wars Battlefront.
No,
I'm thinking of. Anyways,
the Old Republic.
Old Republic. Thank you, guys. PlanetSide. It's 7 major titles.
Yeah.
And
just gone, but
historically major titles,
right? But Sony's been hemorrhaging money as a whole, and so I think they're trying to consolidate and kind of cut down. They may have over diversified.
Yeah, that is a good possibility.
And they really just don't have the money that Microsoft has.
Right.
So
the interesting thing about that is that the next generation EverQuest will be coming to Microsoft Xboxes.
Yeah.
So I believe right now they're calling it EverQuest Next. I believe the beta is supposed to hit sometime this year. And
now, what's the one that's going right now that's free to play? Is that just EverQuest 2?
I think it's
Unleashed
just EverQuest
or something something along those lines.
They moved to a freemium service where anybody can play. You get up to a certain level, and then you're capped.
Yeah, I went back and tried to play that when the first went freemium, and I was like, ew.
I had a federal government sponsored intervention from EverQuest 2
Called deployment?
called Basic Training.
Oh,
Yeah.
basic training.
That was way back in the day. So after about 3 weeks of hard shakes, a couple drill sergeants for motivation, I got past it. I haven't really ever tried EverQuest since. So I think it's a lot like meth. It's a hell of a drug.
Right.
And once you shake it, stay away from it. So
Yeah, I don't remember what got me away from EverQuest 2. I remember what got me away from EverQuest 1. It was EverQuest 2.
it was. Yeah.
I don't.
It was for a lot of people.
Yeah. I don't remember.
It's like the drug dealer down the corner going, "Hey, you like crack? Try this. This is crack too."
Right. Try this new kind of crack.
It's the purple crack.
With Lord of the Rings Online, I think it was lack of having you guys to play with,
Yeah.
and running into a point where you could no longer play by yourself.
Okay.
And then having nobody to play with, I just kind of like wandered off into the wilderness and never to be seen again. I used to at least log in and get my free gifts, which makes me think that I may still be paying for that.
Might want to look into that.
Yeah, I should probably.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting auto billed $30 every 3 months.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm going to add that to my list of things to do tomorrow. Sell off
$120, sir.
Sell off no. $30 every 3 months.
Yeah. 30 times.
100. Yeah. And I probably have been subscribed for a year. All right. So tomorrow,
Add this to your
selling
to-do.
off
Write this
Master
down.
Chief Collection. How many games can I get rid of tomorrow?
You can get rid of a couple, it sounds like.
Yeah. It's going to be kind of like that. Let me see what else I can get rid of. And then the last bit of Sony news is they've added more games to their PS Now service.
Okay, good.
Where you have that well of games. They're up to 104 now that you can play for free for $5 a month or something like that.
Cool.
I have no use for it because I don't have any Sony devices in my house.
I have a borrowed one, which means I won't be paying for anything.
Correct. Correct. You could do the free trial.
Yes.
Just to check it out.
Mhm.
Because right now PS Now is only on the PS4.
Okay.
Eventually it'll spread to Sony televisions and any kind of set-top box and the PS3 and the PSP and the PS4, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff.
I have an old PS2 Slim.
It won't come to that.
I don't even think it has internet.
It may not.
It may not. It's yeah.
Okay.
Go away,
And-
McAfee. We don't like you.
Oh, yeah, the last bit of news, and this kind of interesting. Carrie Ann Moss of Matrix fame
Yes.
has been cast as Holden or something like that in not Daredevil, in AKA Jessica Jones.
I am unfamiliar.
It's another Marvel thing. Do you remember the character Luke Cage?
No.
All right.
Was this a comic thing?
It was a comic thing.
I lived a deprived childhood. I was not allowed comics.
Well, I didn't really get into the comics much either, but I am familiar with this from like Spider-Man and Daredevil.
Okay.
Because AKA Jessica Jones, it's going to star Kristen Ritter. And how far did you get into Breaking Bad?
I have not started Breaking
You have
Bad.
not started Breaking Bad. Okay.
It's apparently a shameful confession hour for me.
No, it's fine. It's fine. The Kristen Ritter is the actress who played Jane in Breaking Bad. She was also the lead character in the Bitch in Apartment 23 television series. I think it lasted 1 or 2 seasons. It wasn't much. She's really recognizable. If you saw her, you'd say, "Oh, I've seen her and stuff before." And then also David Tennant has a part in AKA Jessica Jones.
Okay.
Now, AKA Jessica Jones is going to be a Netflix TV show
Okay.
by Marvel Television. And because it exists, in the same world, it's also set in Hell's Kitchen.
Which will tie in nicely to the Netflix Marvel TV Daredevil trailer that you showed me at the beginning of the show.
Absolutely.
Everything comes full circle.
Everything comes full circle. So there'll be at least those 2 Netflix shows that will be taking place there, and there'll be some crossover. And I believe they're going to be doing a Defenders miniseries event. So something new to Netflix, and because it's Netflix, and because of what they've done so far with their shows, like Hemlock Grove and I forget what else they've won awards for. Well, I mean, definitely House of Cards, but there was something else. It gives me hope and that it'll actually be worth watching.
Good.
Especially since it's done by Marvel Television themselves. So
hopefully better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, it would have to be. Although Marvel Agent Carter is definitely better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
It's still just okay though. So we'll see how this next one turns out. And I think that wraps up news. We've got on our Facebook page the trailer for Daredevil.
Good. It was an interesting trailer.
Those are both coming this year. Daredevil's in April, I believe. And then I didn't see a date for AKA Jessica Jones. The whole thing with Jessica Jones, she's a former superhero. She's kind of hung up her cape, so to speak, and has started her own detective agency.
Okay.
So there probably will be some crossover stuff with.
And I am unreservedly a fan of Carrie Ann Moss. So that might be a good draw for me.
There you go.
There we go.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the weekly watches.
Yes, indeed.
Will, what you been listening to this week?
This week, predominantly on Ye Olde iPod. And I say Ye Olde iPod because mine is OG iPod circa 2006. My Ye Olde iPod has been playing Silver Sun pickups.
Oh, yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, it really is. I haven't listened to any of them in a while. You will have. I may have to make note of that.
They're good musicians, really good albums, solid, sonically diverse. They're awesome. I love them. And as a fun little counterpoint, I have had the greatest hits of the Wu-Tang Clan also.
Really?
Yeah. What can I say?
No, I appreciate that. Well, I'm
little
how about
ODB.
that?
Yeah, some RZA. It's true.
That's awesome. Will, you caught me off guard with that.
Oh, great. I'm glad I could add a little spark.
Yeah.
Those are the two that have been pretty much at the top of the chain tonight.
All right. So Silver
Sun pickups.
Sun pickups. Sell
yes.
MCC.
Sell MCC. Stop paying for Lord of the Rings Online.
Stop Lotro. If such thing is even possible. Okay.
True.
All right. I love this about my phone.
That you can actually
this is the Note 4. I actually write myself notes.
It's nice.
So
it's mildly ironic.
Considering I have a pen and some paper near me.
Right.
But this goes with me everywhere. Sure. My notebook does not.
Your notebook does not travel far.
Does not travel.
How about you?
Is that it for you?
That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, seriously, Wu-Tang Clan? Man, that's all you got to say. All right. For me, I've been listening to a little bit of Shuffle All in the car, but mostly what I've been doing is listening to podcasts.
Yes.
Been listening to This American Life. Listened to 2 or 3 episodes of that. Great show, by the way. And then I also listened to 3 episodes of Coverville. And that's the It's a local podcast here, and
Colorado.
Yep, to Denver even.
Oh, nice.
And I listened to the Hall & Oates cover story,
Yep.
and what that is, it's covers of and by Hall & Oates, and it's kind of interesting, because you think Hall & Oates and you're like, cheesy band.
No,
But then-
they are some funky white boys.
Yeah,
Well,
but
at least
then
one of them's a white boy.
then when you hear other people do their music, they're like, oh no, I know all the words to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot who this was by, but I do know all the words.
Yeah.
And then another show, which was Bands You Love to Hate.
Okay.
So, Nickelback was on there,
Of course.
And I also listened to, and this is what I was listening to on the way over here, mostly listening to today, the Tina Turner cover story.
Okay.
And there's a really interesting story, cover of Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin by Tina Turner.
No kidding.
It's pretty awesome.
Nice. I might have to check that out.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was old school. It had a little bit of a, the porn funk going in the background.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was kind of like that.
I dig it.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
let's see. I think that's it for what you're listening to. Will, what you watching?
This week, I am proud to announce I actually have something to contribute to this segment.
What?
I know. In fact, I was telling Jeff at the beginning of the show while we were watching his computer update, not one, not two, but 85 updates from
85
Microsoft,
updates.
which is ridiculous.
It was like, did it not know about the updates?
I asked Jeff if he'd ever introduced his laptop to the internet. He looked at me with disdain. But for the past week, I have been on a pretty good Netflix bender. In fact, as I was going to finish my story here, I earned a Xbox One Netflix achievement today for watching Netflix 1 week in a row. I'm proud of this. I'm not sure why. I think the idea of having Netflix achievements kind of makes me happy in general. But enough of that. Let's get on with the list. So this week, I am proud to announce that I rewatched Dread with Carl Urban and Lena
I
Headey.
thought you watched that. Did you watch it again?
I did.
I was like,
did.
no, we've had this.
We have had this conversation, and I watched it again.
Okay.
I'm not sure why.
There are other things to watch.
There are other things to watch. But, there's something about that movie that I enjoy. So, yeah, I gave it another run. I watched a terrible animated production of Heavenly Sword, which is based on speaking of Sony, the
From
Sony
the video game.
licensed video game.
How about that?
It was horrible. In all aspects, it was horrible.
I'm not overly surprised.
No, I don't know what I was expecting, but it was bad. I watched Sabotage with Arnold Schwarzenegger and a cast of irregulars about the DEA Special Operations Team and the shenanigans that ensue.
I don't know if you should be allowed to watch television unsupervised.
I have terrible taste. Sabotage was mildly entertaining, at least. Don't worry, it gets worse.
Okay.
In my list,
Just
here,
let me know when I can start judging you.
Oh, you can start judging me from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
But you're
Okay.
really going to like this part. I watched not one, not two, but 3 Jason Statham movies.
What?
Yeah. I watched Parker, which wasn't horrible.
I haven't even heard of that one.
I watched Blitz, which was miserable.
I haven't heard of that either.
It was a British production. I don't even know if it made it over to the States. And I watched Redemption, which wasn't bad.
Also, have never heard of that.
Also a British production. So in Redemption, there's actually less Jason Statham being Jason Statham and more Jason Statham playing a character that's mildly like everything else he's ever done. If that makes any sense. Speaking of terrible movies, I watched I, Frankenstein.
Dude,
Yeah.
you are killing me. At the end of this list, you have to remind me that you listen to Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes.
Because it'll cleanse my palate.
I have one
mental
movie in here
palate.
that will redeem myself, but only slightly. I watched Solomon Kane.
What?
Yeah.
What is that?
Solomon Kane is based on the comic book of the Puritan who goes around righting wrongs. The movie, pretty much like that, except worse. Not a terrible good film.
Right.
Yeah. My redeeming factor here is twofold.
It better be good, Will. It better be good.
I started Lost Girl, which is the sci-fi series about the
I
succubus.
tried. Couldn't do it.
No?
No, I got 3 episodes, and I was like, okay.
You're done?
All right, I'm out of here.
Well,
I'm just going to show myself out.
we'll see if I get to 3. I watched 2 so far.
Okay.
So if I get to 3 and go, I'll see how far I can take it.
Isn't she like half demon or some nonsense?
She's
like
a
that, or-
succubus. Yeah, it's all based on the Fae.
Okay.
So it's a sci-fi. Well, technically, it's not even a sci-fi production.
Because
Which
she
I
can
think,
kill people by kissing them or something like that.
She
Okay.
drains them.
Yeah. Okay, that's right.
The reason why I think it's slightly more palatable is it's not. It was aired on Sci-Fi locally, but it's actually a Canadian production. So
Oh, okay.
there's something about the Canucks when they do horror fantasy that entertains me. I blame this also on my wife because she made me watch so many episodes of Forever Night.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So
She bought those DVD
No.
series.
I bought those.
You bought
for
those
her.
DVD series for her from my store.
Correct. That is correct.
Yep.
Now, the redeeming factor here is Jack Reacher, which, as you
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, wasn't bad. Didn't have as many obvious plot holes in it as I had expected, but
And there is a sequel in production.
okay, which will be interesting.
Pre-production, probably.
Which will be interesting. And then, of course, you and I on Monday this past week, we got to go see the final 2 episodes of season 4 of Game of Thrones on the IMAX.
It was lovely.
It was lovely. It is a fantastic way to watch television.
It really is. It
I
really
may, in
is.
fact, watch more television if I had more access to an IMAX.
Right. And for me, just in the movie theater would be fine. I don't need the IMAX treatment.
Okay.
I actually prefer true widescreen to
16 by 9.
IMAX.
Mm-hmm.
IMAX is just
has
freaking
that
huge.
Strange. It's not even anamorphic. It's what did we say it was 2.40 to 1,
Yeah.
which is kind of a strange ratio.
Yeah. It's slightly rectangular,
Only,
but
slightly.
it seems because it's so tall, it seems squarish.
Yes, because it is freaking huge.
It is freaking huge. It is neither wee nor
Not so weird.
not so wee. It is freaking huge.
So yeah, it's been a busy week for me. I think my biggest excuse here, and I'm going to remind you that I watched Wu-Tang Clan here, or listened to the Wu-Tang Clan here in a bit.
Thank you.
I think my biggest appeal for terrible movie week has been the simple fact that I can lie on the couch, turn off my brain, and not even have to deal with anything, which has been pretty sweet.
Okay.
Yeah. I did catch snippets of other things, like the last half of Sunshine, starring Cillian Murphy, which is a really good sci-fi film.
Oh yeah, I do like that one.
It's a very well done.
I own a copy of that.
Good.
I have actually an actual physical copy of that movie.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That I kept from the store.
It's a good film.
Yeah.
I like it. And I caught, I would say, most of the remake of Evil Dead.
I don't think I've seen that remake.
They move away from the camp that was so prevalent and really, for me, makes a lot of the charm of the Evil Dead trilogy, and tried to go more with strict horror.
Okay.
While still keeping some of the cinematic trademarks prevalent in the Evil Dead series, such as strange zooms and pans and showing objects and having the audience go, I know, that's a chainsaw. That's going to come into play here in about 10 minutes. And of course,
it comes into play.
The fun is seeing it come into play. So,
right.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Cool.
It's been a busy week. How about you?
Awesome. Well, as you said, we saw the Game of Thrones on IMAX, and we had the discussion about, what would it be worth to go see it in the theater? And I thought $5 or $6 would be fair.
Yeah.
to go see an episode of Game of Thrones in the theater. I don't know if I'd go every week.
No.
Yeah, something like that. Right around $5, I think would be the sweet spot for that.
And that way they could still charge you $15 for a bag of popcorn and
Right.
still make money. So
Exactly.
yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, that was my theory, is that HBO is using this as test marketing to see if it's a viable product. Yeah.
Sure.
So let's see. And the rest of it. Oh, I did watch Fury with
How was it?
Brad Pitt. I was not impressed.
No.
No, I wasn't. I didn't care.
Okay.
I may have been in a weird mood or something, but I just
Didn't do it for you.
didn't do it for me.
No air up the proverbial skirt.
Nope.
I see.
And so I watched as far as television goes, I watched some Justified, and I watched another episode of Backstrom.
Oh, the world's greatest detective that's an a-hole,
Right.
I think is the tagline I read somewhere.
Nice.
Okay.
And the other world's greatest detective that's an a-hole, I watched Elementary,
Okay.
the modern Sherlock Holmes story.
Yep.
Some Big Bang Theory, Archer, which is always great.
Yes. Lana.
Lana. Watched another one of the episodes of American Idol tryouts, I guess, auditions.
Okay.
I only watched the auditions.
That's the humor.
No, it's not even the humor. That's just when you get to kind of see the performers raw, I guess, and that's what I like. The competition, I could care less about, but for The Voice and for American Idol, I do like watching the audition process.
Okay.
So, and what
I mean,
else?
really, I watched 3 Jason Statham movies. I have no room to judge.
No, that's fine. I stopped apologizing for American Idol a long time ago. I just, I like people who can sing.
Fair enough.
More specifically, women who can sing.
Fair enough.
It's rather appealing. I watched Black Sails,
Okay.
which I like.
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah. And I watched the newest episode of 12 Monkeys, the series.
Okay.
And I'm liking that so far.
That is a sci-fi production, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's better than the typical sci-fi production.
Their production for their TV series, their production values have improved greatly from what I've seen.
I liked Eureka. That was sci-fi, wasn't it?
I think so.
I think so too.
But I know that sci-fi has
Some of their stuff is crap.
Haven? Question mark?
No, that sounds right too. Haven.
And I've heard good things about Haven too.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched anything about Haven. That's it for me for what you're watching.
Outstanding.
Will, what you playing?
I've managed to get a little bit of Far Cry 4 in, a little bit of Far Cry 4 multiplayer in with our former compatriot and fellow friend Sam Nelson, which is good times.
Oh, that's cool.
Running amok in the countryside of Kirat, causing chaos.
I should probably unwrap my copy of that.
I recommend it.
Yeah?
I recommend it, especially now that Ubisoft has re-released the keys. So you should be good.
Well, I actually have a physical
I
copy.
know.
So,
I kid.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an entertaining game. It's good to throw in, and you can just go do a couple missions and get on with your day.
If nothing else, I will jump in and spend 15 minutes to watch the alternate ending.
Yes, which is entertaining.
Well, starting the game and just
Starting the game
just sitting there.
The normal moments in typically 90% of your first-person shooter games where somebody will leave and say, "Now don't you leave, I'll be right back." And this is the obvious cue for the gamer to start exploring and wandering around and causing havoc and chaos and destruction.
But if you follow instructions,
This time, if you follow instructions, something happens, and it is pretty awesome.
you can beat the game.
You can beat you will finish the game in 15 minutes. It is highly entertaining. So kudos to Ubisoft for rewarding people for actually staying, following directions for once. Because every other game that I can recall that you've had this obvious plot point, if you stay there, you stay there.
It's the college test
For hours.
Say, read through these instructions, write your name at the top of the paper and bring the paper to the front of the room.
And see how many people are like, I don't know what to do. It hurts.
Right.
It hurts.
Right.
So, yeah, I recommend it. Unwrap that thing, get that thing in there, and have some fun with it.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Far Cry 4.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is a family show. Despite the fact that I brought into the conversation earlier your personal lubricant and 55-gallon drums. Right. Enough said.
Enough said.
And Jason Statham movies. Anyways. The other thing that I managed to play, of course, is some Destiny. Not to humble brag here too much, but I finally got all 100% of the dead ghosts in the game.
Oh, I have not done that yet.
There is.
Have you got all the gold chests?
On 2 characters, yes.
Okay.
I have gotten my warlock up to level 32.
Holy crap, dude.
And I've beat Crota's raid on hard twice.
Oh, dude, you're killing me.
I know.
Of course, I never. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of time to play.
You have no time.
That's
and
true.
I have had nothing but time. However, all that will come crashing to a halt next Tuesday when I'm reunited with my loving wife. Let's not forget, kids. Will's been a bachelor for going on a week now, and it's been pretty fantastic. I am proud to announce that not only have I managed to cook for myself twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
And it didn't come out of a can. Doing good. But I also haven't burned down the house or lost the cat.
Good for you, buddy.
Thank you.
Good for you.
It's the small victories.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah. Enough about me. What have you been playing? I know you haven't had a lot of time, but what have you managed to get in there?
I've played Trivia Crack this week.
Yes.
When I've been able. I've found even with Trivia Crack, my games are expiring for the most part.
Yeah.
The other day, I did get my achievement in Trivia Crack for 25 consecutive correct answers.
Impressive.
So there's that.
Impressive.
And I was hoping that I was like, oh, well, is there an achievement for 50? No.
They figure that nobody can get there.
Yeah. I got the 25.
25 is the pinnacle.
Yeah, and while I was waiting for my my computer to update, I hit level 55.
Congratulations.
So there you go. And I think it was actually while I was playing against your wife.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's about that.
There you go.
I mean, that's how little time I've had to play this week.
Your weekly what you've been playing normally matches my weekly what you've been watching. So
yeah,
it's almost like you and I have switched some strange roles around. It's odd.
It's very strange. So maybe I'll throw in Far Cry 4 tonight. I still have Metro 2033 redo and Assassin's Creed Unity to
unwrap. Not just play, but unwrap.
Pull out of the plastic.
Going for 3 months now, if my math is relatively correct. 2.5, maybe 2, but it's been at least a period of 60 days and greater.
Yeah.
That is $1 per day, sir.
And they're no longer worth what they would have been.
No.
Had I opened them, played them, and sold them off to Amazon, I could have gotten $45 a piece for them.
Correct.
They're not worth that anymore.
Write that down. Take a memo.
I'm not taking a memo on that. I don't want to be reminded of that.
All right, fair enough.
All right, we're going to wrap it up?
I think we're going to wrap it up.
Okay.
So, yeah. Much shame and embarrassment, but also some valuable news this week. The shame and embarrassment, of course, is all on me for my terrible choices.
Okay.
But I'm okay with that.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I had a text message here. Taylor wants to tell the interwebs that she says hi.
Hello, Taylor.
You're not the interwebs.
Welcome to the internet.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. We will see you guys next week. I don't know what day we're going to be recording on. We could probably plan this out in advance a little bit better, but
what?
But
it takes all the mystery and fun out of it.
Yeah, well, my life My life moves pretty fast.
Yes, it does.
So, yeah, okay.
Excellent.
Thank you. We will. Thank you for watching and listening.
Yes, indeed.
You
Tell
can
your
catch
friends.
us on YouTube, Google iTunes, Spreaker.
Yes. Oh,
We've got
shameless,
our
shameless
Facebook
plug.
page. What?
Shameless plug. If you follow us on Spreaker, we can get onto iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Follow us on Spreaker. Do it.
You'll get our Spreaker links on both YouTube and Facebook, and I think also the Twitter feed. And if you go in there and join it, it's a great place to discover music and shows and stuff like that. A lot of independent artists things on Spreaker. Go on there, follow the Lobbycast, and after we build up a few listeners, because most of our people are on iTunes and nothing else, but if we can get you onto Spreaker, then that will transition us over into iHeartRadio, which opens up a whole lot of new opportunities for us.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yes.
There's that. So thanks again. We will talk to you next week.
Have a good night. Have a good week.
He can't stop us now. He can't stop us now. Calling out to all every group, we gon' make it all happen right here, right now. Calling out to all every group, we gon' make it all happen right here, right now. Calling out to all every group, we gon' make it all happen right here, right now. Calling out to all every group, we gon' make it all happen right here, right now.